What's up, everyone? It is a beautiful fall day here in Connecticut, and I am very excited to paint a character today. I am trying to keep up with the Halloween season, so today my plan is to paint my version of Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. So let's get to the wall and get started. All right, I'm down here at the wall. This will be the wall that I'm covering today. I'm going to paint over this character. If you guys have not seen this video on this character, be sure to check it out. It is up on my YouTube page. Now, before I cover this, I've got great news. There's a special guest down here, right around the corner. Let's go see who it is. Hey, it's Mikey. Mike, what are you doing?
Just paying.
Are you doing what everyone was requesting you do? Are you finally gonna finish that piece?
It's been a few months, so.
It's been months. So if you guys don't remember or you haven't seen my Harley Quinn video, Mike was working on his wall while I was doing this wall. He even suffered a little injury falling off a ladder. And as you guys may remember, there's my buddy Queso. You've seen him in some videos. And I think I showed you guys, yes, I know I did. Here is our Na wall. This is the big Donkey Kong wall. I wish there wasn't that big shadow on there, but yeah, go check that out. I don't have a process. Actually, I have a short on this, not a full-length video because I wasn't doing YouTube back then. But yeah, we're down here at this spot. Mike's around the corner for me. He'll be finishing this hopefully today. So we'll check in with him later. What can we expect? Good things?
I hope so.
All right, we'll find out. It always sucks to have to cover up old work, but, you know, out with the old, in with the new. All right, so last night I found this app on my phone. It is literally called Doodle Grid. That is the picture that is in Doodle Grid. I drew this last night. I will show you the process video now. So here's my sketch. Like I said, I drew this the night before. It is my version of Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I did this on my iPad Pro, and once it was done and I had a fine line drawing of the image, I was able to import it into the Doodle Grid app. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a grid on this wall, just kind of a random grid that will help me when I take a picture of it to put it into Doodle Grid and layer this over it. I've never used this app before. This is going to be my first time trying it. So let's map a grid out and then we'll see what happens. So there's really no solid thought process as to what I'm doing, how I'm mapping this out. I thought mapping out a grid and then filling it with symbols and numbers would just be very helpful. You don't have to go that crazy. You could just scribble across the wall. The point is to get lines on the wall that you're later going to use as a reference point. If you're confused, don't be. That's actually a discount code where everything on my website is completely free. Of course, I'm just kidding. This is just my mind loosely mapping stuff out, but what I'm going to do next is take a picture with my phone so that I can put that into the Doodle Grid app. Okay, I've got my picture, and what I'm going to try to do is screen record on my phone so that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing on the app. Hopefully this works. So first thing I'm going to do is open Doodle Grid, and I have my photo here, but I want to go to the canvas. Let's see. Okay, so canvas, choose photo. Choose this photo. And then reference photo, we're going to use this one. And I can actually move the photo. I can shrink it down to see exactly where I think it would be best over the grid. And I'm thinking right about there will be good. I want to leave a little room on the right side for some shadow, and I'll probably sign maybe in the top left or so. But I think this looks really well balanced right about there. So I'm going to leave it there, and I can try the opacity to lower it. There we go. So I can see the lines, and I can also see my Doodle Grid through the lines. So I think we are good to go. Okay, so you can see here, I have my photo. I am literally just going to zoom in on sections and just map them out on the wall behind me. One important thing, definitely change the color so that you don't get too confused. I'm going to use this dove color and just kind of map out everything. I gotta say, I was definitely a big fan of the doodle grid method. This worked out so well for me. If you're curious what I'm gonna do about all the grid in the background, I'm actually going to be covering that with spray paint in just a minute. But if you have a project that you're working on in the future and you don't want to do this to your background, you could just kind of spray in the center or where you think the image is gonna go. But all in all, I gotta say I'm a huge fan of this method. It's just so nice to see how accurate you can recreate an image onto a wall. Here's a final picture of the transferred image. Obviously the lines will be a little thicker since I use spray paint, but I'll put it side by side with the original photo so you guys can see for yourselves. I chose to keep the background nice and simple and just create a blend of dark pink to light pink from the top to the bottom, since the focal point should be the character. All right, we're making great timing. I am very happy with how the piece is going. Everything is thankfully going smooth so far. So the next step is I'm going to start from the top and get the hair done, work my way down. Let's get started on that face. So just like how I base the hair, I am basing the face with a solid tone, and then I am going to add my highlights and just create some contrast. I always loved the movie Nightmare Before Christmas, and I wanted to make sure that when the viewers saw this, they recognized it as Sally, but I also wanted to change it up a bit and make sure that it was my own version of the character. Obviously, you guys saw the drawing already, but when it comes to shading and everything, I'm just kind of making this up on the spot, freestyling it, and I'm using the same colors as the character from the movie, but just a little more vibrant than the movie because, you know, this is a graffiti character. I want it to pop. I want to catch the viewer's attention when they're looking at it. been a minute and I feel like I'm making some good time, so let's check in with Mike and see how he's doing. He's looking sad and mopey and depressed. Oh, what happened to the hands? Whose idea was a snake?
Yours.
Should have done it from the start. Hands are hard, guys. Hands are hard. I gotta hand it to Mike. That was a good choice. But
Hey.
are you gonna finish it?
I don't know.
How you feeling?
Depressed, sad, hate graffiti.
You think you're gonna finish?
I don't know if I have enough green.
This could be where it ends, folks. We'll tune in later and see what happens. Sorry, Mike. We got to get back to our Halloween happiness where things are going smooth. You can see here I'm finally getting into some fun details. I've got some of the stitches going on. And I should probably talk a little bit about some of the caps I'm using. At this moment, I'm using the level 1 cap. This cap is great for line work as well as blending in smaller areas. The thinner lines, like the ones used around the stitch work, were done with my stencil cap. And lastly, the cap I used for all of the larger areas was my stock cap, also known as the orange dot. I had a lot of fun laying pattern into the clothing, and to be honest, I have no idea if it's accurate or not. I was just having fun. After all, it's fan art. It's not supposed to be exact. It doesn't need to be accurate. It just needs to make the viewer connect to it and remember the character enough. And now we're back to that stencil cap I mentioned earlier, so you could see it in use a little bit better here. Stencil caps are great for all those super tiny details, very effective. Everything was going smooth and all the details were bringing this character to life. I feel like I'm cruising now. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the eyes are always my favorite part of characters. I always enjoy saving the eyes till the end because to me it's just where all the life of the character is. I thought the yellow would be a nice touch to capture the viewer's attention, and at first, initially, I wanted to base the iris in red, but then I realized I only had 2 tones of red with me, and they weren't exactly what I wanted to use, so I went with pink. The pink was a nice way to use repetition in this piece, seeing as how I used it in the background, but it also popped a lot off the yellow. Then I could just add some nice highlights in there, go back in, add a little definition, some more contrast with the stencil cap, and then it was time to lay in some pupils. Finally, her eyes are almost done and she could see, which means she could see all the great merch available on my website. That's right, if you want to support me more, you can head on over to woke1.com. I've been trying to update the site quite a bit, so I'm always adding new merch like this new bat print that I made, and there's plenty of other prints. There's original sketches that I've uploaded on there, there's some t-shirts, there's pins, stickers, so Take a look for yourself. You might find something that you like. A lot of this artwork was drawn during my live streams on Twitch that I've been doing, so if you want to draw along with me, join me on Twitch at Woke1. Of course, another way to support me more is to join me on Patreon. There's multiple tiers available, and it's the best way to stay in the loop and see all the projects that are going on. Most of my members have actually already seen this project about a week ago, and you can also even get your name on the screen, like these guys. All right, I am all done. Another super fun Halloween type inspired piece. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, of course. And also, here's where Mike left off. You know what to do. In the comments, write, Mike, finish your piece. Have a happy Halloween, everyone. And here it is, without further ado, the final product.